Greetings and welcome back to this next installment of Bible Topics that make you say, "Hmm." And I'm Robin Sweet Ransom. All righty then. Are you ready for the final installment of sharing Hosea's family's life? All right. So we have been on this journey for a little bit. And, what I love about this is the fact that we're able to unpack a story in the Bible that a lot of people just gloss over. How many people read the book of Hosea? Most people don't. And so Bible Topics really lives up to our mission, which is to bring the Bible to those who haven't read it, maybe won't read it, and don't go to church, and even those who do go to church. And so, my job, my mandate from the Lord is to make the Bible come alive for you, to take little known Bible stories and bring it to life for you in the 21st century, and to present it in a way that you can relate to it. And so, thank you for those of you who have shown appreciation for these, my lessons. And please continue to support us and share with others so that Bible Topics is known more than just to a handful of people. In fact, our goal is to finally get to 300 subscribers. Right now, at the time of this recording, we're only at about 235. And so, would you please help me to get to 300 by the year's end? All right. Thank you. Let's get into it. So, last time, we talked about Hosea's wife, Gomer, the woman God wouldn't give up on. And we asked the question, can God forgive an adulterous wife? Can you? Then we explored her firstborn son's life. When your name feels too heavy to bear, the boy searching for redemption. Can God rewrite my story and that story we talked about for those of you who may feel burdened by your family's legacy and how it attaches to you? Can you be known for what you do and not their baggage? And then that was followed up by the girl nobody, not even God, loved. When a bad rep isn't the truth, when they cancel you without cause. Some of you have dealt with being canceled. How do you come back from that? And then now we're going to go into our final installment. Who's my daddy? The child who carried the weight of a name. And you can see two men in the background trying to figure out if this is my son. And the mama, Gomer, like, I don't really know who you belong to. And this poor baby wondering, who's my daddy? Maybe for some of you, that is your reality. Back then, they didn't have DNA tests. Today, they do. And you might be afraid to take the DNA test, as one of my friends call it, the Dana, because you're afraid to find out that maybe the man who you thought was your father, or maybe the child you thought was your child, isn't. The pain of not belonging, is that your pain? If you were adopted, is that your pain that you don't really know who your biological parents are? So let's get into Loami's story, the world through his eyes. And this comes from gotquestions.org. It says, Loami was the youngest son of Hosea and Gomer. Gomer had already given birth to two other children. This child was different. She's not sure if he's her husband's child. Hosea is not sure either. There's a good chance that this child belongs to her lover or lovers. You know what I realized? I still keep giving credit to gotquestions.org, but this is actually my scripting along with Charisma, my AI friend. But I encourage you to go to Got Questions because they do a nice unpacking of just Gomer's life while not doing the unpacking of the children the way I've done it. All right, it says, will Hosea accept this child? Given the name he named him, it doesn't seem likely. So rather than stick around and be mistreated for betraying Hosea's trust, she'll just leave and run to an abusive man who doesn't treat her like a queen. He treats her like she deserves, like crap, like the name Hosea gave her son. Now look at this. Charisma created this graphic for me. So you see Hosea on this side, Gomer in the middle, and some random man on the other end, the man who Hosea bought his wife back from, and we see Loami, who we've nicknamed Lamb. You can see she's looking at this baby like, I don't know, who's your daddy? I don't even know if I want you. And he's all possessive, holding on her shoulder, like, okay, I think it could be mine. And Hosea looking heartbreaking. Heartbroken. I love to use pictures to exemplify how people are feeling, and Charisma does a great job taking my descriptions of what I want and creating a graphic to help you. All right, so let's get into Lamb's diary entry. Number one, when I first learned what my name meant, Daddy says God told him to call me Loami, not my people. At first, I didn't understand. I thought it meant I didn't belong anywhere. When the children tease me, I feel like they're right. They even call me by a nasty name, bastard. They say that my daddy really isn't my daddy, and that's why he gave me this name, not my people. Daddy says don't listen to them. He also says Yahweh also promised that one day he will call us my people again. I hold on to that. Maybe my name won't always feel like a curse. Maybe it will become a promise. Look at a beautiful fish. Can you imagine? Is that your story where you don't know who your father is? And you have been called bastard or illegitimate. Lamb's diary entry number two, when Gomer was gone. I don't remember her smile. I don't even call her mama in my head. To me, she's just Gomer. Now, the other children, they called her mama. She's not my mother, just like I'm not my people, so to speak. My big brother and sister say she used to sing to us. I don't remember her voice. Sometimes I wonder if she left because of me. My name already means not my people. Maybe she believed it. Maybe she believed in her heart, she knew that daddy wasn't my daddy. Maybe she didn't know who my daddy was. And looking at me every day reminded her of what a tramp she was or is. Daddy says that he's going to bring her back. Why? He said when she comes back, she'll never leave us again and we will all feel like we belong. I hope he's right. My brother Jay and my sister Rumi, they have mixed emotions on whether or not they wanted to come back. I don't know. In a way, I feel like you can't miss what you never had. I don't feel like I ever had a mother's love. So how can I miss it? Can you relate to those feelings? See, I like to make the Bible come alive to you, just to unpack what could be these people's experience. Let's get into the pain of not belonging. Hosea chapter 1, picking up in verse 2. When the Lord first spoke to Hosea, he said this to him, go and marry a promiscuous wife and have children of promiscuity, for the land is committing blatant acts of promiscuity by abandoning the Lord. So he went and married Gomer, daughter of Diblaim, and she conceived and bore him a son. Then the Lord said to him, name him Jezreel, for in a little while I will bring the bloodshed of Jezreel on the house of Jehu and put an end to the kingdom of the house of Israel. Gomer conceived again and gave birth to a daughter. Then the Lord said to Hosea, call her Lo Ruhamah, which means not love, for I will no longer show love to Israel, that I should at all forgive them. After she had weaned Lo Ruhamah, Gomer had another son. Then the Lord said, call him Loami, which means not my people, for you are not my people, and I am not your God. What a horrible name. I'm so glad my brother and sister and dad decided to nickname me Lamb. Who wants to keep being called not my people or not my son? All right, the pain of not belonging. Loami or Lamb is a picture of a lot of us. Loami's paternity was unclear. His name showed it. Like the Bible doesn't explicitly come out and say that this child was not Hosea's, but he got the name Not My People. There was doubt, perhaps, because God even told her, look at this, go and marry a promiscuous wife and have children of promiscuity, which leaves it up for grabs that she would probably have sex with different men while married. And when she would get pregnant, no one would know what was what. They would just look at the child to see who they looked like because they didn't have DNA back then. So let me ask you, do you struggle with wondering where you come from? Hosea represents many fathers who love the child that they may be doubtful of their paternity, right? Parental uncertainty causes pain, but God seeks to heal it. So if you are torn and not knowing who you belong to, maybe you were adopted, that can be painful. You may feel like you don't fully belong, but you don't have to hold on to that feeling forever. Let the Lord comfort you. Forgiveness. Maybe you start with forgiving your family if they've abandoned you, if they gave you up for adoption. Celebrate the fact that you were brought up in a good home, even though you weren't with your birth parents. And even if you weren't put in such a great home, even if you don't know who your parents are, or you're living with your mother, you don't know who your father is, or what have you, forgive them for their choices because you're here. Their choices led to you being here. Accept your current state. Do your best to restore yourself because it is all a part of the human story. We all are dealing with something. None of us are here squeaky clean, perfect. And remember this, Yahweh has claimed you. Even if you don't know who your daddy is, even if you don't know who your mother is, he has claimed you and you are home with him. Accept him today. Let go of that pain. And as we learned, Gomer came back. Look at the beautiful lamb. And they were able to be a smiling family again. They went through some tough times, but they got through it. And their story was unpacked for the nation of Israel to later read and say, they lived through this to show us how we look to God, and we tease them. Let's hopefully we can get it together now. And the story has a happy ending. Hosea 6:1-2 says, come, let us return to the Lord, for he has torn us and he will heal us. He has wounded us and he will bind up our wounds. He will revive us after 2 days. And on the third day, he will raise us up like he did Jesus so we can live in his presence. Has this series blessed you? I pray that it has. It blessed me to prepare for you. Charisma and I worked really hard on this, creating the diary entries. We working together, creating the graphics so that you can make a little known story in the Bible come to life for you and make it make sense for you. And in the meantime, maybe going through this series has helped you to appreciate the importance of not just your name, but Jesus's name, who gives you salvation. Accept his invitation extended to you in Romans 10:9-13, where it says, if you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, guess what? You may be saved. No, you will be saved. For everyone who calls upon the name of the Lord will be saved. His name, take his name on you and be redeemed. All right, there now. Thank you for your support. Please drop a comment. Let me know what you thought about this series. I know you've never heard anything like it anywhere else. That's why you come to Bible Topics, because we unpack the Bible and make it fresh for you. And if you don't have your own copy of the Bible, I hope I've made it interesting like a soap opera for you, right? So you can go and get your own copy because it's really not a soap opera. It's a love letter to you. And drop me a comment if you'd like to join us live on Zoom for Bible study every other Sunday. Give me your information and I'll send you the Zoom link. And please stop by every week. I drop new topics for you. All right. See you next time on Bible Topics that make you say,